Welcome to Spiritual Dessert Trews episode, I think it's episode 30, for Russell Brand and other people. I'm still working from the book BIOCENTRISM, and just got back from the movie Lucy, so yeah, that'll blow your mind. So if time doesn't exist, and time is what holds things together as far as existing, according to the movie, it seems that you need time for unity. So if you don't have time, because time doesn't really exist, then technically speaking, we don't really exist. So interesting. All right, yes, go see Lucy. In the meantime, we are with today's preoccupation with unprovable physical theories of everything. Seems it's a bit of sacrilege to science. A strange detour from the purpose of the scientific method, whose Bible has always decreed that we must question everything relentlessly and not worship what Bacon called the idols of the mind. Modern physics has become like Swift's kingdom of Laputa, flying precariously on an island above the earth and indifferent to the world beneath. When science tries to resolve a theory's conflicts by adding and subtracting dimensions to the universe, like houses on a monopoly board, dimensions unknown to our senses, and for which not a shred of observational or experimental evidence exists, we need to take a time out and examine our dogmas. And then, when ideas are thrown around with no physical backing and no hope of experimental confirmation, one may wonder whether this still can be called science at all. If you're not observing, says a relativity expert, Professor Turin Beswas of the State University of New York, there's no point in coming up with theories. But perhaps the cracks in the system were just like the points that let the light shine more directly on the mystery of life. The root of this present waywardness is always the same: the attempt of physicists to overstep the legitimate boundaries of science. The questions they most lust to solve are actually bound up with the issues of life and consciousness. But it's, pronounce this word, Sisyphusian? It's killing me. Physics can furnish no true answers for them. Well, I don't even know who they are. If the most primary questions in the universe have traditionally been tackled by physicists attempting to create grand unified theories, existing and glamorous as they are, such theories remain an invasion, if not the reversal of the central mystery of knowledge, that the laws of the world somehow produced the observer in the first place. And this one of the central themes of biocentrism, and this book, that the animal observer creates reality and not the other way around. This is not some minor tweak in worldview. Our entire educational system in all disciplines, the construction of our language and our socially accepted givens, those starting points in conversations revolve around a bottom line mindset that assumes a separate universe out there into which we have each individually arrived on a very temporary basis. It is further assumed that we accurately perceive this external, pre-existing reality and play little or no role in its appearance. So the first step in constructing a credible alternative is to question the standard view that the universe would exist even if it were empty of life and absent of any consciousness or perception of it. Although overturning the widespread current mindset, ingrained as deeply as it has been, may require the remainder of this book and perusal of strong current evidence from disparate sources. We can certainly begin with simple logic. certainly great early thinkers. I've insisted that logic alone is all that's needed to see the universe in its fresh light, not complex equations or experimental data using 50 billion particle colliders. Indeed, a bit of thought will make it obvious that without perception, there can be no reality. Absent the act of seeing, thinking, hearing, in short, awareness in its myriad of aspects, what have we got? We can believe that there's a universe out there, even if all living creatures were non-existent. But this idea is merely a thought, and a thought requires a thinking organism. Without any organism, what if anything is really there? We'll delve into this a bit much greater detail. But for now, we can probably agree that such lines of inquiry start to smack of philosophy. And it's far better to avoid that murky swamp and answer this by science alone. For that moment, therefore, we'll accept on an improvisational level that what we clearly and unambiguously recognize as existence must begin with life and perception. Indeed, what could exist? What could existence mean absent consciousness of any kind? Take the seemingly undeniable logic that your kitchen is always there. My kitchen's right in front of me. Its contents assuming all its familiar shapes and forms and colors, whether you're in it or not. At night, you click off the light, walk through the door, and leave for the bedroom. Of course, I take a shower first. I can't get into bed without a good shower. Oh man, I got stories. It's crazy. It's getting crazy out there. I'm going to put this book down. So outside, there's like a major amount of lightning. And it's because of the sun. The sun's doing some crazy, crazy things right now. And we're receiving all the energy. So all this really wicked, weird stuff's happening. I told somebody about it. Yeah, and what's crazy is we're coming to agreement that like, oh yeah, I had that happen to me too. I don't know. One friend said, I can tell you because I know you won't think I'm crazy because you know I don't lie. So when they told me, I was like, that's pretty interesting. But not as interesting until it happens to you. So, and with the new moon, brings a couple of angels, some bright light. I don't know. All right, so comments. What's going on out there? What do you think? Is this it? We're going to just burst open and become like Lucy. Just be one with the light. All right, that's it. Pleasant dreams. I have no song. Actually, there's a song in the background. It's a constantly going mantra. Kiss, kiss. Pleasant dreams. Good night.